So, kind of wanted to talk about what's going on right now in the world at large, but you know, basically, kind of what's happening right now in the U.S., especially with World War III right around the corner, huh? So, it's you gotta ask yourself, what would you do? Yeah, are you gonna put on your bootstraps? Sign up. Just like Uncle Sam wanted, or I don't know, man. I know what I would do. I'd be the first draft dodger. Right out the gate. Conscientious objector. That's for sure. I plain straight. I'm not dying for Israel. I'm not dying for the U.S. government. I mean, if you want to, that's up to you. The people that have it sucks, but I mean, really, people are waking up to the fact that military service isn't what people thought it was. A lot of people that got out of the service, they ended up actually finding out kind of the hard way, that, what were they doing, especially after the Afghanistan withdrawal. What did you get, 2 decades, 20 years, so many lives wasted, so much money spent, so much taxes, it's like, what is this for, And you still got people out there thinking, oh man, but once we get our boys in, like as if it's gonna change, it's like, I mean, yeah, it's one of those things. You guys, everybody's out there, simping for Trump, which is whatever, he's not Joe Biden, but in reality, I mean, yeah, what, the Abraham Accords, what are you, Tim Pool, still bringing that in, it's like, come on, man, it's like, Trump was good for what he was, which was kind of like a good kick in the ass, yeah, that's what he was, it was a good wake-up call, so a lot of people that were kind of in that situation where they were just kind of going through the motions. They were just voting for their party boys. They kind of got a wake-up call. And, yeah, so did I, I didn't like him at first. Didn't vote for him the first time. 2020 came. Voted for him then. I was kind of on board. I went MAGA for about a year. But, nothing crazy. But then after 2020, I was just like, yeah, that was fun while it lasted, I mean, what do we get out of it? I didn't get anything out of it. It's like, oh, but my roads! My roads! It's like, bro, it's like, most of the time those roads are in, like, the worst condition ever. But my health care, it's like, yeah, if we didn't have a system that completely exploited the workers, and we didn't live in a culture where we enable obesity and unhealthiness and all kinds of, degeneracy, causing people to actually be sick, on purpose, making money off of it. I mean, I'm not one to talk. I'm actually a bit fat myself, but this was actually, the bulk, the dirty bulk is real. So I digress. But yeah, it's like we wouldn't have these issues. It's like everything that you can say that we need the government for. It's like, oh, national defense. It's like, well, maybe we wouldn't have to worry about national defense if we weren't meddling in everybody else's country. If we didn't have army bases, stationed everywhere in the world, if we weren't, toppling governments everywhere we went that, that was of interest to our elected officials, So, yeah, it's like, you kidding me? It's like this idea that we need them for national defense when we have supposedly what's called the Second Amendment. It's a joke. It's all a cope. It's a government cope from a bunch of old boomer FUD statists that still think that they're living in, 2004. They're living, even before that, they're still living in 1990. And it makes no sense. It's like, you think every other country gets invaded? I mean, yeah, not every country has the same issues, but I mean, think about it. Just look at Mexico. Do they get invaded? They don't have the best national defense. Shoot, man, you'd even say it's just like, they're more likely to be invaded by the U.S. Look at Canada. I mean, yeah, these are all just like geographical things too. I mean, but you think every other country in Europe is being invaded by, I mean, yeah, migrants, yeah, but I mean, whose problem was that? That was their government officials that allowed that. So this whole idea that we need to actually continue this charade as opposed to just focusing on our own communities and our own families, we're forced to literally decide which bowl of shit is the best. It's like, on one hand, we have this bowl of shit. It's great, It's like, with the other hand, we have this other bowl of shit. It's like, and you have two people fighting over bowls of shit. It's like, oh, dude, this one has kernels of corn and more protein, It's like, oh, but this one right here, man, it's the consistency's better. And it's like, you're still eating shit at the end of the day, So, yeah, no, it's pretty stupid, This whole idea that you can vote your way out of something, It's like, you're not going to change anything, even if Trump does get elected. It's like, what is it going to do? It's going to be the same thing that happened in 2016. This guy is going to get elected, and he's going to be berated by the media for the next 2.5 years, and next thing you know, it's like, he's like, oh man, it's like, oh yeah, it's like, I would be helping you, but they're it's I have to do this, and it's like, yeah, sure, it's like you're only really getting the MAGA people, the ones that wanted you in there to begin with. So it's like that's who you're talking to them, but everybody else, it's like, come on, man, it's like you're supposed to be the savior, but you didn't do anything for the First Amendment, these supposed rights we have. You didn't do jack shit for the Second Amendment, that's an obvious. So that's like, what were you there for? I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was more of a symbolic figure, he was a kind of supposed to be, yeah, like that guy, the bull in a china shop, but in reality, it's just like, maybe we don't want a bull in a china shop, maybe we want actually someone that's not going to destroy the whole china shop, I mean, I'm not, it's like, all the freaking, all you bootlickers are going to be like straight up, oh my god, he's got raging TDS, oh my god, what the fuck? It's like, bro, come on now, dude. Just because anybody, like, literally you think gun people have raging TDS because they questioned whether or not Trump was actually good for the Second Amendment and the state of gun ownership? No, it's like, you're fucking stupid. You're literally fucking stupid. You fucking, ooh, don't make me come at you, man. I don't know, man, but, yeah, no, I mean, if you want to die for Israel or whoever, it's on you, man. But I mean, you were probably more than likely not gonna go on to procreate and have children, So I mean, it is what it is.